So, hello and welcome to the Stuff and Nonsense podcast. My name's George. Are you going to say your name? You don't have to.
I'm Jeremy.
Okay.
Today.
Yeah. Yeah. So today's episode is going to be a very interesting one. We're going to be talking about the ocean. The ocean. Yeah. The ocean is big and wet. What else is big and wet?
Your sink.
Probably. If you've got a big sink, not everyone does. But yeah, the ocean, you might notice I've got a seahorse behind me if you are listening, if you are watching rather, on YouTube. But yeah, we're going to be covering all sorts of different ocean-based topics. You've got some ocean facts, haven't you?
I have.
And I think we'll also talk about our own experiences with the ocean as well.
Absolutely.
We always like to bring our own experiences into the episodes. What do you want to start with? Because I genuinely don't really know what to start with.
Let's talk about our own experiences as well. Let's start with that. You'll have to excuse me though, because I am currently at the bottom of the ocean. It's proving difficult to talk, but I'll try my best. You can tell I'm telling the truth because I'm wearing goggles, and I wouldn't otherwise wear goggles.
You are wearing goggles.
Have you ever been in the deep ocean or in the middle of the ocean, or where you can clearly see the bottom of the ocean but still worried?
No. That's why I'm starting to think now that this is like, I did absolutely zero planning going into this episode. And also I haven't been I've been in the ocean, but not loads and not like that deep. How deep have you been into the ocean?
Sort of deep-ish, but I can sort of see the bottom. I've been on when I've been on holiday, we've been on boat trips, and sometimes they stop the boats for breaks and lunch breaks and stuff, and you have a chance to jump off and have a swim, which pretty much every time I've chosen not to do, because although you can see the bottom, and really I think it's irrational, but you never really know what's around you, even though you're in places where there's not going to be things like sharks, because I think there needs to be certain bodies of water for them to be around, but you never really know.
I've always been really weird. With going in the sea, I've always liked the idea of going into the sea. But then when I actually get there, I kind of don't want to. I will go a little bit in, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a fear of drowning or what. Because I've basically, you know how you're meant to be able to learn to ride a bike, and you always know from that point on how to ride a bike. Isn't it meant to be the same for swimming? Because I think I've virtually forgotten how to swim. I don't know why.
I guess I don't know really. I haven't, because I personally I know how to swim, and I haven't forgotten, even though I don't do it regularly. But I don't know. I guess it depends how long you haven't done it for. I guess we don't really need to swim unless obviously we unless we go in the water.
What if we have pets or human beings who go into the river or something? We won't be able to rescue them. But to be honest,
your dog.
Oh god, yeah. My ex-dog. Is that a thing? Yeah, my ex-dog who was entitled. I was going to say who was entitled. I don't think you can say my dog is entitled and then say their name. My ex-dog was called River, and he actually jumped into the river. Did you actually see it happen, or did you?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah,
I remember you were there.
He submerged for a few seconds.
He went fully underwater, and I somehow just kind of miraculously rose to the top, which I don't understand. But that was just a weird incident that I kind of I don't know. I kind of forget that happened, but it was all fine. Nothing actually happened. But yeah, maybe that traumatized me. Actually, no, because the time there was a massive gap of probably 5 or 6 years, maybe even longer, where I didn't swim. And then when I was in Italy, there was a pool at the hotel, and it was really cold, but I don't know if that was the reason I was traumatized, but I just couldn't swim at all. I'd kind of forgotten how to do it. And then since then I've been to the leisure centre, tried to swim, hasn't happened. So I don't understand what's going on. I think I'm just like very rusty with it, but I could probably get back into it. I think it's more psychological than like actually not knowing how to swim. As
I
in,
think so.
physically I could still do it, but psychologically I'm like telling myself I can't do it. I don't know.
Nevertheless, we're not here to talk about rivers. We're not here to talk about pools. We're here to talk about oceans.
Oh
And
God, yes.
this is a segue into the next part of the episode, which is 10 unbelievable facts about the ocean.
Oh goodness.
Let's see. Our oceans cover more than 70% of the Earth's surface.
That really is unbelievable.
Yeah, considering the fact that from space you can see Earth quite well, and you can quite clearly see that there's a lot of water, which can be devastating if there are earthquakes or tsunamis.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. And number 2, the majority of life on Earth is aquatic. Obviously, with there being more water than there is land, there is bound to be a lot of life in there.
Yeah, that's cool. To be fair, like, I don't know, I'm strange because I want to go. I do want to like go to like the bottom of the ocean, but at the same time, I'd be like really scared, and I don't think I'd ever do it. But I really want.
If you knew you were going to be safe, like if you knew you were going to be 100% safe,
because yeah, I need to do it one day.
You know James Cameron, who directed Avatar. Did you know that he went to the bottom of the Mariana Trench? Or
it rings
close
a bell.
To the bottom.
That does ring a bell.
I think I can't remember what the vessel was called, but the bottom of the ocean is called like the Challenger Deep. That's in like the Mariana Trench. It's
a cool name. It all sounds good. It all sounds cool.
Before he did it, some people actually went even lower down. This was like in the 60s or something. And the only reason they didn't go further was because the window started to crack.
Oh my God.
And this is like...
See, I don't want something like that to happen.
Exactly. This is like deeper than how tall Everest is at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, that's a bit... I want to get into a submarine and go like... I want to go in a submarine. I'm going to start... I don't have a bucket list, but if I did have a bucket list, being in a submarine would be on there. And
that'd be good.
I don't know. I want to be able to see a seahorse. I have a weird thing with seahorses. Do I have a seahorse tattoo?
If you don't, you should. Can you get seahorses? Or is that
I genuinely can't remember if I have one. I don't think I do. I have planned one, but I don't have one yet.
You could get one.
So yeah, when all the tattoo places reopen, the first tattoo I'll get is going to be a seahorse, and I will use that as a way of reminding myself you need to go in a submarine one day. I don't even know if like anywhere that a submarine takes you, you can see seahorses. I'm presuming you probably can, but I don't know.
Probably.
I also like otters. They're one of my favourite animals. Don't know if they're in the sea. Are they?
I think they're not in the ocean. I think they're like in rivers.
True. I completely ignore that. But I love otters, everyone.
Otters are great.
Seals.
Seals as well. Oh, seals are like seals.
Yeah, same. Seal and sea lions I've seen. They are like basically dogs, but wet. Like if you like wash your dog in the bath, like when you take them out, if you don't dry them, they just look like a seal. Like you have a dog with like quite long hair, they just look like a seal. I'm convinced that dogs are related to otters and seals and sea lions. I'm convinced there's something there. Don't know.
Probably.
They have the same facial expressions as well. I think so.
Another fact. There are more historical artifacts under the sea than in all of the world's museums. So yeah, apparently a lot of things tend to sink into the bottom of the ocean, and including a bronze statue of Jesus.
Cool. Is that actually true?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Who was it? Who they rolled into? Do you remember during the Black Lives Matter thing? I don't want to go too political, or at all. But didn't they knock down like a statue of a slave like trader and push that into the sea, like roll it into the sea, or was it into a river? I can't remember.
It wasn't Columbus, was it, or was this in England?
I don't know. I think it was in England. I think it was when something happened with the Winston Churchill statue, but like some other slave trader, there was a video of people like rolling it into the water, but I can't remember if it was a sea. If it was a river, like I'm just going to keep saying things that are river related and then being like, that's not relevant because we're talking about the ocean.
I think it might have been a river.
Potentially. So ignore that. Ignore all these comments about rivers. We should have just fabricated the story about my ex-dog and said that the dog was called Ocean and jumped in the ocean, just to make it a story that is relevant for this podcast. But tune in a couple of weeks for the rivers episode that we might do, but we probably won't do because it would be shit, but we might.
Oh, we do anything, so you know.
We will run out.
Happen now.
Yeah, the subjects, we're gonna have to, if we're gonna go on forever, which we probably can. Like, we just need to. There's nothing that we can't do. There'll be like
Exactly.
a time. There'll be a time when one of our podcast episodes is about like the mute button on the TV remote, because there's nothing else left to talk about, or it'll be about like ring binders or like fluff. Like, it'll just be about random stuff. We'll just look around the room and be like, oh, we've not done about door frames yet. We'll do an episode on door frames. And I'll be like,
I really want to do ring binders now.
That'll be the next one.
We do ring binders.
We will.
Anyway, more facts about the ocean.
We love oceans. We do. Yeah.
Did you know that? Oh, it's raining. Water.
Oh, water. Oh my God. Well, that's mad.
I'm trying to find a good one. Less than 5% of the planet's oceans have been explored, which is sort of scary in a way. But
I saw that. Do you know what I might do? The next time I get a chance, I want to watch some David Attenborough thing that involves the ocean, or some ocean documentary, because this has got me in an ocean mood. Like,
is it Blue Planet?
Blue Planet. That's it. Yeah, Blue Planet. I might actually have to watch Blue Planet. I don't know if I'll have time tonight, but I'm gonna have to watch Blue Planet at some point. Where can you even watch stuff like that?
I think on iPlayer.
Oh, fair point.
I think it's free on iPlayer.
I might have a look. Yeah, interesting. We'll have a look. Have you got any more factoids?
I have got another. I've got some scary ones.
Ah! Sorry, I got a bit frightened.
We really apologize. Oh no, the ocean, it's full of black holes.
Is it? Oh gosh. Is it actually full of black holes?
It is. Apparently they often measure 93 miles in diameter.
What happens to black holes in the ocean? Does it suck like animals into them and stuff?
Do you know? I have no idea. That's what it says.
Surely hang on, because black holes, are they in any way similar to black holes in space? Or like black holes and stuff like that? Because if they are,
probably not as devastating.
Yeah, surely they act as like a vacuum. So if they act as a vacuum,
sort of thing, yeah.
Just bloody like seahorses being sucked into the Earth's core. Do you reckon if you like go to like the core of the Earth, there's just like the deceased like aquatic animals there? So there's just like fish skeletons in like the core of the Earth.
Probably.
It's all just been sucked through black holes. It's quite possible. David Attenborough, let us know. We know you're listening. He's apparently big fan, apparently, David Attenborough.
Definitely. David Attenborough loves this.
Yeah, hi, Dave.
Did you know the ocean floor is littered with shipwrecks? Apparently there's a staggering 3 million wrecked vessels at the bottom of the salty, briny sea.
I'm not surprised. What happens to stuff like, does that just stay there forever?
I guess
surely
depends.
One day.
They're sort of like graves, so I guess it'd be disrespectful to move them.
If all the like shipwreck goes to the bottom of the ocean, surely like eventually the ocean will be full of shipwreck, like parts of ships. Like eventually. But then at the same time, the world will probably explode before that point.
I think so. I think the ocean is far too big to do that. And also, they kind of provide reefs to lonely animals that live in high water, also known as fish.
There's nothing in the ocean that like is forgotten. Like you have to go like in the ocean. Like animals have everything they need. They have food. They have the coral reef where they can just they've got Spongebob who they can talk to. Yeah, maybe. I mean, is Spongebob a fictional character or is that a documentary? I don't know.
I think it's a documentary.
Nice. Let us know
I
if
think so.
anybody watching or listening. Let us know, is SpongeBob real or is SpongeBob merely a myth? You can find us at stuff_pod on Twitter and at stuffandnonsens_pod on the other two ones, Instagram and also TikTok. And also subscribe, okay? Subscribe.
Yes, please do, because we love this YouTube channel very much. It's a great part of the podcast.
It's the
And
only thing we have left.
absolutely.
We're worthless without your subscription to our channel.
Yeah, nobody goes on SoundCloud, so apart from the people that do. So.
What I don't get about SoundCloud, basically, as soon as an episode goes out on SoundCloud, there's 5 listens already, and then it just stays on 5. Oh, what? No, you were meant to, for the content, just keep them on for the entire episode.
I'll put them back on in a minute.
No,
they really hurt. I think I was going blind.
Have a goggle break. Goggle breaks are important. That's another thing about swimming that I don't like is goggles. And if anything, hang on, I don't know. You know how, like, when you're a kid, you have to wear, like, why do you have to wear a hat to go swimming, like a swimming hat? Like, I mean, some adults do as well, but what is actually the point? Is it just so you don't...
I don't think you have to. I think it's the parents put them on their kids to protect them from the sun.
Because I swear at school, like, we had to have like, swimming caps as well. I don't know.
Oh, well, do you mean like
the weird, like,
oh, okay,
like the rubbery ones? Like, I don't know what they're called.
Suits.
Remember also when we came up with a character? Didn't we come up with a character at the leisure centre called like Zogs or something? And it was going to be like this guy who, like, I can't remember what it was. Was it just like a guy who's like dressed in swimming gear like all the time? I don't know.
Yeah, it has to all be Zogs though, or Zogs gear. I remember in like, I know this is completely unrelated from the ocean, but there's this like swimming pool place I know in Sicily, and they make you wear swimming caps in there so that hair doesn't go in the pool. So that might be it. I don't know.
Possibly, because my school was not a Tory school at all, but we had a swimming pool in our primary school, and yeah, you had to do swimming lessons like every week. I used to hate it, but I did learn.
Very Tory-ish.
It is quite Tory, but like, I don't know. And I also had after school extra swimming lessons as well at school. So like, I would do it like twice a week. But I absolutely hated swimming. I was quite slow at swimming, so I like took quite a while to actually learn how to do it. But yeah, I've just been traumatized by the ocean, I think. But it was that pool in Italy in Como that like firstly traumatized me. But then I went to Spain like 2 years ago, coming up to 2 years ago. And you know, have you ever seen those boats that are like pedal boats and you can hire them out and they have a slide on them?
Yes. I was gonna,
Yeah, I had one of those and we were like pedaling and then like sliding, and I was like, I think I did it like too far away from like the shore. So I ended up just like plunging like way too deep down into the ocean, and it was like a shock like to my system. I thought I was going to die just because it was like so cold and it was like 35 degrees. And then I was just plunging into like freezing cold water. I don't get how the water was so cold because it was like the hottest day like of the year, I think, so far in Mallorca at that point. So I nearly died. That's my ocean story. Sorry.
You need to like join the Navy or the Marines. They teach you to be prepared for freezing cold temperature water.
I was born in Warwickshire, but I was made in the Royal Navy / Marines, both.
You might be.
I was born in Warwick.
There's this like, yeah, but about those pedal boats, I've seen people go on them. I've never been on one myself, and I've always thought maybe it might be fun, but then also I wouldn't want to like plunge into unknown water.
Yeah, you've got to make sure that you're not too far out, because I think I just didn't, because we pedaled out and then pedaled back in, and I was like, got to make sure that we're like quite close to the shore so that I don't just like die and like drown. Because I already knew that I'd lost my confidence for swimming. It started raining here as well now. Oh, there's an immense rainbow. There is an immense rainbow outside my window, and I'm going to take pictures after we finish recording. But yeah, like I was just traumatized, and we didn't get too close to the shore. Yeah,
no, you gotta. I think they put barriers.
Safety first. Oh yeah, they should.
Exactly.
They didn't. They don't care in Mallorca. They hated me.
They hate tourists. They just want to pick us off one by one.
I think like the tourist board in Mallorca were trying to kill me. Just to put it out there. Conspiracy.
Quite possibly. They're probably the ones that gave you the boat.
Yeah.
Do you do you ever piss in the ocean? Bodily function mention.
Oh, bodily function mention. Piss in the ocean. Possibly. I don't know. I think when I was a kid, I would have done. Like, if I went on holiday as a kid and like went into like the sea, I probably did. But I don't know. It depends what you're wearing as well. Because I was wearing the more recent times I've done it. I've been wearing like not like kind of like board shorts or just like shorts, but like bigger ones. Like not like I think when I was a kid, I used to wear like trunks that were like tighter. So I wouldn't mind like wearing them because it just kind of feels like they're never wet. They just kind of like dry really quickly. I don't know. It also just like you can't notice it because it's wet with seawater anyway.
Exactly. It's all salty water. It all gets blended together.
Yeah. The amount of
as long as it's not shit.
What percentage of the ocean do you think is piss? It's a good question.
Oh God! I wish they put. I wish there was a way of like seeing the piss.
Oh God! Yeah, there needs to be like. Oh, we need to do like a documentary where we go into the ocean with like piss cameras.
Piss goggles.
I don't know if they exist, but
piss detecting goggles.
Isn't there a thing in like swimming pools where like the water, like if you like urinate, it goes a different color?
Yeah.
Can you do that in the entire ocean? I don't know if that's possible.
I wonder. Probably not.
I'm just waiting for like the government to privatize the ocean and then like make it all into like a massive swimming pool with like plumbing and like chlorine and stuff. Then maybe we can do it. It's highly possible. I don't know. Let us know, everybody, if you want us to try and detect urine in the entire ocean. That's all of it. Atlantic, the Pacific, all the others. What are the other oceans again? Arctic.
The Dead Sea.
Dead Sea. Well, yeah, there's like loads of seas as well. I don't get I know what the oceans are, but I can't think of the other name. Arctic, Antarctic, Atlantic, and Pacific. Are there only 4?
I'll have a look.
We really don't know much about oceans.
We should have done our facts.
Yeah, this is genuinely the least research I've done for an episode. Literally.
The Indian Ocean.
Oh yeah, the Indian Ocean, of course.
And there's apparently the Southern Ocean, which I don't know if that's like.
That's just made up. That's made up, everybody.
That's bollocks.
Yeah, all I've got written down on my notes is ocean in big letters, and then going in the sea and facts. Just the word facts. That's all I have. Going in the sea and facts.
That usually does it.
But this is a good episode because it's episodes where we just like bullshit and talk about other things as well, which are potentially the best. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Waffle is good.
People who are listening or /watching, please let us know. Do you prefer when we stick to topic, or do you prefer when we go off on weird tangents and start talking about piss and other things like that? I mean, for example, the Coffee Fueled Genius episode, where we always managed to steer it back around to the main topic, but we also started talking about other random stuff as well. Which do you prefer? I prefer these ones in a way. I like both. We need a balance. And yeah, the goggles are back on. You've had your goggle break. How was freedom?
It definitely felt like I wasn't going blind when I took them off.
Oh goodness!
As opposed to when I had them on.
Yeah, goggles are actually horrible. Goggles are the most uncomfortable thing ever to exist.
Why don't they make you wear these during Gogglebox? Why is it called Gogglebox?
I've actually never questioned that. Yeah, they should film Gogglebox underwater, and they're all white goggles. And I don't know if underwater TVs exist.
I don't know, actually. Well, they might do.
There's probably someone probably has one somewhere.
A waterproof TV.
Yeah. Anybody who has a waterproof TV, do let us know. But what experiences did you have of going in the ocean? Have you been in the ocean many times, and like to what extent? Because obviously everyone does that thing where they just walk into the sea and then walk back out of the sea. How much further have you gone than that, and how often?
I haven't actively swam out into deep sea. I would consider trying like scuba diving. I would consider that.
We need to do
potentially.
that. We'll do that. We'll do a Stuff and Nonsense sponsored scuba dive to raise money for the sea or something. I don't know. What
I
can we
would like
raise
to
money
do
for?
like a
Lifeguards or something. Lifeboats. What are they called? Isn't there a charity called Life something that's to do with... Is that a charity? I don't know. Well, basically, we'll do a scuba dive at some point and we'll raise money for something relevant that's
I
good.
think we need to do one for awareness. What is it? Rabies awareness fun run race for the cure.
Rabies. Yeah, so if people want to sponsor us, we're going to do a sponsored scuba dive, Stuff and Nonsense sponsored scuba dive to raise money for people with rabies. Do people get rabies? That's actually a lie. My granddad got bitten by a rabid dog once in India and survived.
Did
But
he actually get rabies or?
I don't know if he got rabies, but basically I remember that in one of the Guinness World Records, there was a thing that said that a certain person was the only person to have got rabies and survived. But I was always told that my granddad had got rabies and survived. But I don't know if he had rabies or he was just bitten by a dog with rabies. Like, I don't know if he actually got it. But he survived a lot of stuff, to be fair, in India. Like, a lot of mental stuff. But yeah, so we'll help people and animals with rabies. We'll do something good for charity and we'll scuba dive to raise money for it. So,
Yeah, we only do charitable things for things that have been cured, like rabies and polio.
Yeah.
Here's what's going to happen.
Well, raise money to like help people who have Black Death or like bubonic plague. That's pretty much the same thing, isn't it?
I think dive out of a plane first, like jump out of a plane first, and then scuba dive. So like the transition.
What?
Jump out.
Hang on. Do you mean do it in one? So
you jump out of a plane.
Jump out of a plane over the sea, and then like whilst you're in the air, put like a scuba stuff on, and you just end up plunging, and then you scuba dive. You go from like the sky to the bottom of the ocean in like record speed. That'll be amazing. But I also don't know if I want to jump out of a plane. That jumping out of a plane scares me more than scuba diving, I think.
Yeah, I think me too. I would do it, but I say I would do it. Sorry. Oh, I keep yawning. Yeah, I say I would do it, but I don't know if I actually would. I probably wouldn't.
Well, I do want to scuba dive. I genuinely do want to scuba dive. If there's people that I can trust to help me scuba dive correctly and safely, then I will scuba dive because I want to see stuff. But also, do you get like, when you can see like fish and stuff? Do you ever? I always think it feels like slightly weird for like the first small amount of time you're in the sea, and then you're just like, oh yeah, that's fine. It's their living space. They just live here.
I have sort of like when I've like in Sicily on the beach, where I've been able to stand as far as I can go. I have seen fish like by my legs. Some of them like tap you or would try and bite you.
I had that they didn't try and bite me, but they were like little ones when I was in Mallorca. And I swear that wasn't even that far out. I didn't really go that far out, but for some reason they were like quite close. But
some fish just like to chill out around people. Maybe they like the smell of piss.
Potentially. They're like, fish in Mallorca are like pigeons in the UK, or like robins, where they just don't acknowledge that you're there. You know how most birds would fly off if you walk close to them? They just don't bother. They don't. Like you could probably like
breed abroad.
Yeah, they are. We've spoke about pigeons and hang on, was the first ever episode the phobias one?
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. So if you want to go back to our first ever episode from like November, Spotify and Apple Podcasts, then we can talk about pigeons and how much one of us hates pigeons. So find out which one it is. I don't know. Oceans. Are we going to scuba dive at some point? I think we have to.
I think so. I think it'd be nice. Somewhere where it's like not... Somewhere where you can see the bottom or get to the bottom. Where it's not like...
Yeah.
Not that deep.
That is true. Yeah.
We'll the Great Barrier Reef. That'd be cool.
What are your top 5 ocean animals?
I think dolphin would have to be top because of its intelligence.
That's
And also, did you know that dolphins are the only other, I think, either animal or mammal to have recreational sex?
Yes, I swear I have heard about this because humans are like one of the rare species that actually do that. Most animals just do it so they can have kids, like, and that's the only reason that it's ever done. And so they're a bit like, no, some humans do that, but mainly not. Mainly they don't. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, dolphins. That's weird. Maybe humans and dolphins have some weird like thing. Have we got? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But like seahorses, for some reason, are quite high on my list. I just like seahorses. But it's only quite recent. Like it's only like the last couple of years. I just for some reason like seahorses now. What else are we putting into the potential top 5? We don't actually have to make a top 5. We'll just say animals that we like from the ocean.
Turtles, I think.
Turtles are good. Turtles are good. Is it turtle? Yeah, turtles the ones that you see them like running back into the ocean.
Is that like when they're born?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah.
That's quite cool.
Some of them sadly get eaten by birds, which is bad. But
True.
part of nature.
Very true.
Unfortunately.
Sharks. I do admire sharks. I think they're a noble beast, whatever that means.
Yeah, they're definitely well respected.
Sharks are. Who could sharks be? If sharks in the ocean, I feel like they're just like they rule the ocean because I can't imagine that there's really another animal that's even remotely scared of them in the ocean. I mean, that isn't scared of them in the ocean.
I know one.
Probably all of them. What's more frightening?
Well, I think one thing that sharks are
Crabs.
more afraid of, and that's orcas or killer whales.
Oh God, good point. Good point.
Because they hunt in packs.
That's a fair point. Who would win in a fight between a pack of orcas and 3 great white sharks? I can't talk. But a pack of orcas. What constitutes a pack? How many are in a pack?
I guess maybe 3 or more.
Yeah. So we'll go 4 orcas against. Oh no, we'll just say 4 orcas against 4 great white sharks. I'm just saying it again. Now it's a meme. Just made it. Who would win in a fight between 4 orcas and 4 great whites?
Yes.
I don't know. That's also, the takeaway from the episode, I think.
Penguins as well. Also,
oh my God, I love penguins. Yeah,
penguins.
Penguins are really great. Good animals.
I think a pack is definitely 3 or more because, for example, Ant and Dec aren't a pack of presenters, are they? They're a couple.
Imagine if Ant and Dec a couple, are they? No, what type of couple? But no, like
a couple of presenters.
Ant and Dec, yeah. Ant and Dec is a pack of presenters. Yeah, I don't know if that counts. Who would be a pack? I don't think there are packs of presenters. You never have presenters that come in more than 2.
Blue Peter.
True. But you don't have like how you have like a dance troupe, like Diversity, or like a rap group, or like a band. You don't have like a band of presenters and they all like do stuff together. I don't know. The only one that I can think of with acting is like, actually there's a few with acting. Like for some reason I thought of the Horrible Histories group. And then I also thought of like Simon Pegg and that lot who do like the Cornetto trilogy. I don't know. But you don't get presenters who like collaborate all the time. Kirsty and Phil, but they're 2. That's another duo. Who are your favourite presenting duos as well? Don't know why we're talking about this.
Noel Fielding and Matt Lucas.
Sam and Mark. I have to be right up there. Sam and Mark are like the kids Ant and Dec, and some may say that they're better. Who knows? Sam and Mark are massively underrated, to be honest. And they're just really good presenters.
Piers and Susanna.
Piers and Susanna, relevant. RIP to them as a duo. Who's going to be the new Good Morning Britain person? We'll find out if there is going to be a new one. They might just promote someone. It'd be funny if they got
probably.
It'd be funny if they got the weather presenter to replace him, Alex Beresford. If he like replaced Piers Morgan, that would be cool. We'll see.
Get like Katie Hopkins or.
I saw a TikTok saying that like Jeremy Clarkson should replace him because he's now like linked to ITV because he does Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So maybe he could be. That would be amazing because they hate Piers Morgan. I think hates Jeremy Clarkson as well.
I think because they're too similar.
True. What I think they need to do is get rid of breakfast TV altogether and just film the ocean. Put that on in the morning. I can't
Or
imagine
just film
there's a
people eating breakfast.
Yeah, put something just like calming like that on. Ocean or breakfast.
Yeah.
Ocean or breakfast. Have you got anything else to talk about? Because I feel like we're nearly at the end. It's nearly at the end, though. Don't know what that was.
I remember there was a story that our former history teacher, Mr. Hendry, at secondary school, told me about the ocean. He said because the Mediterranean is quite an enclosed sea. He said he went swimming in the Mediterranean once and a piece of poo floated past him.
That's quite a good story. So, another bodily function mentioned to end the episode.
Yeah.
I think that's all we have time for on Stuff and Nonsense, the episode about the ocean. So, thanks for watching and listening, everyone. And wave. Oh, yeah, wave. Goodbye.
Wave.
That's really on topic. I've forgotten how to do it.